Yeah, folks, don't be alarmed, but Spider-Man Noir is actually a pretty good card since his change in this week's over-the-air update. He went down to 4/4, but he got a nice change to his on reveal. Now, even if you don't have this cards in play costing 8 total condition met, it doesn't matter. He's still gonna set the top card of your deck's power to 8. So yeah, it's great if you can summon something for free and you get, you know, an 8 power Iron Man for free. That's completely insane and game breaking, and like that still happens sometimes with Spider-Man Noir. That will outright win you games. But even when he misses, he's still pretty nice, because what you might do is just set an Iron Man to 8 power in your deck and still top deck an 8 power freaking Iron Man. And that makes Spider-Man Noir this sort of like Super America Chavez style thing where you're just buffing the top card of your deck like crazy. And it doesn't have to be Iron Man, but you know, that's the home run hit. It can be, you know, just a Silver Sable that goes to 10, a Cassandra Nova that jumps up to like 12 or whatever. There are still some really good plays because all of those stats can be really impactful on a deck like this Agent Venom Bast deck where everybody's got low power to base. So those hits on Spider-Man Noir are often jumping you know, 6, 7, 8 power. I mean, I guess even 9 extra power with Gore. That's an enormous change. So totally cohesive, normal Bast Agent Venom deck around the Spider-Man Noir here that has been proven time and time again. And now Noir offers this extra little bonus that plays really nice into the deck synergies. And although, yes, his stats got debuffed, that actually also kind of plays into this, because now it's not so bad off Bast or Venom. You're not really losing as many stats, but you've got this cool upside. And you don't have to take it from me, because this deck actually has really good data right now. That's how I found this on Untapped. This is one of the, like, I think top 7 or 8 decks right now post Infinite. So not like the tippity top of the meta, but like right there below that. You can absolutely climb with this deck. It's got a 59% win rate post Infinite, 0.69 cubes, all post Infinite, so no bot games. I also fired off a super quick 9-1 run with this deck. I was like, what the heck, dude? 9-1 is completely insane. And I don't think Spider-Man Noir feels like the best card in the deck. You know, I think like Agent Venom and Bast still feel like the more reliable powerhouses. Iron Man and Gore and Sage are some pretty crazy plays, but there are going to be moments, as you'll see in this video, where Spider-Man Noir straight up wins the game and does some cool big stuff. And it's really nice to have a tool like that in your deck. So as far as I can tell, based on the data so far, this is a really successful change for Spider-Man Noir that has pushed him into real meta relevance. I think this card is actually legit pretty good as the data has settled over the last few days. So enjoy some of this crazy Spider-Man Noir action. All right, Surge, Superior. Central London, I think we stay out of for now with Surge, but certainly Nova's good. I was gonna say Superior Spider-Man doesn't need to go there either, but boy, does Nova like it there. She's having fun. Oh my God. So this is actually, we're gonna be at 8 because there's 2 Novas and a Surge. This is gonna be at 8. I don't think you can play it in Sinister London though. There actually aren't that many good targets. It feels like every time I hit Spider-Man Noir, I have Iron Man and Gore in deck already. Which, you know, not they're all still solid targets. Oh, hey, now I can go there. Sure. Now it's great to go there to get out ahead of the storm a little bit. Yeah. Perfect. Now we can even throw in a hood after. Where does that go? Here, I guess. Yeah. I mean, if this hits like Sage, Sable, or Warlock, you're pretty pumped. Bast, I mean, Bast is fine since I'm hooding after. This isn't bad. Sable's, that's a good hit. Yeah, that's 10 points. It's the most points other than a Sage we were gonna get here. So there's like 21 hold, you know. And if it doesn't hold, how the heck are they winning somewhere else? That's the question. Oh, don't be an Infinite right now. Don't go to 22. Don't do this to me. Oh, Legion. They hit the Storm Legion combo, but I mean, I'm way ahead right now, dude. If they can't, oh, they can play a War Machine this turn though. Oh, crap. Freaking idiot War Machine. If they play a War Machine this turn, what is my point total right now here? Do I beat 9? I'm at 3. This gains another 4 is 5. I go to 8. No, if they play War Machine left, I don't ever beat it. So I'm exposed to War Machine Infinite like this. Dang it, dude. Does this... Well, no, that's just objectively worse. Well, I guess... No, I have priority. Yeah, I can't beat War Machine left. I always lose the War Machine left. That sucks, dude. I know what's gonna happen and I can't beat it. That's what sucks. Oh, he's debuffed! He's debuffed! Double Nova debuff! Oh! Now I do not lose to War Machine, or to Infinite, or Doctor Doom. Oh my god, the double debuff keeps me in the freaking game, dude. Wow, what a hit. Ha ha ha! He's 9 power now, remember, since the change. So it would have been 9 to 8. Thank god I played this out. Wow. Unbelievable hits, dude. Unbelievable hits. Beautiful stuff. Noir. It's hard to say that without saying noir. Ayo, Spider-Man Noir in the house. Okay. It's the first time I've drawn him in 13 minutes early. I gotta figure out my lines here. So like 1, 3, 5. It's like kind of awkward. Hood can get you to 6. I mean, do you even play Hood here? Like, I'm nervous. He's really small, and I don't have a lot. My thought is I don't have a lot of space here. You know, if we get a Bast, that opens him up a lot, but I gotta be careful. Oh, that's interesting though. Now I could play him there. I think you go Venom first, right? This is now gonna be 5, and then this could be 8. Just go Hood and Surge mid. That puts you at 8. Although they're gonna get turned off if you go in Hala. They're gonna get deleted, so their numbers will go away. So you'd have to stack all of them right to get your Spider-Man Noir mid on turn 5. But then you'd be locked out right, you know? It's like, yeah, maybe for tiebreakers that's okay, but I don't want to lock out right. You need to find like a Silver Sable or something that's just bigger. Oh my god! Or you just pass turn 3, right? Noir is active. I mean, it's worth a pass probably, right? Because I think you flip Hala and you like really shock the opponent by dumping a ridiculous amount of power. I mean, there's no Iron Man, but Sage is solid. Warlock's fine. I mean, Bast is actually fine if you think about it, right? I think it's fine, dude. Monster here clutching it for us. Gore is the best hit, I'm sure. It must be. It must be the best. Oh no. Oh no, it's gotta be Gore. Or maybe Sage. Is Sage big enough? Oh no, it's Gore! Is he big enough? He's gotta be. There's on reveal. Oh, it's 1 point. 1 point big enough. Oh my god, dude. Do you Bast first here? How big is Cassandra Nova right now? She's actually still pretty big. Or if you go Bast, I don't know. I think you just Iron Man, right? Because if you draw like a Sage, you want to be able to play it. I mean, we have such a crazy lead mid, and we're about, yeah, I didn't say we have such a crazy lead, right? Dude, this is the sickest Spider-Man Noir ever. I think it was only Gore. There's no way Sage had enough, right? Because it was only going to be 3. It would have been 6. Well, no, actually, Sage also would have got to 14, I think. Sage or Gore were both exactly the right size, I think. The opponent had, was it 15 or 17? I don't remember now. I think it was 17. Holy moly, dude, that was an insane hit. I did not expect the Red Hulk to come out so big, to be honest, and contest that. That was scary, dude. That was scary. Hey, there he is. There's our buddy. So we got 2, 5. We would need another 3 in that case. Play Noir on 5. But if you play Noir on 5, you are kind of missing your Iron Man a little bit. Oh my god. This is literally my second straight game with Monster Island. Literally the second straight game with Monster Island where I can play Noir on 4. Thanks to Monster Island. Now, you know, it is annoying to skip turn 3, particularly with Nova. I think there's a pretty reasonable conversation to have here. Should you still play Nova? And just take him as a, you know, very big America Chavez. Because, like, cheating the card into play here is really only ever going to save me a few energy, right? Because everything's pretty cheap. It's not like I'm cheating an Iron Man or a Gore into play. You know what I mean? I think I'm going to go here. If you lose, we can get these back with Valley of the Hands. It's actually not that big of a disaster if you die here. It actually kind of gives you a second roll on Noir and Cassandra Nova. It'd almost be better if I lost. The opponent might also just like not think about Valley of the Hand yet, or might decide it's not worth it because they don't have like on reveals for it. So for me, it's actually better this way. I think this is actually a pretty important conversation point around this deck, is like sometimes you're going to be better off turning off your Spider-Man Noir and just playing him as Agent America Chavez, right? You could arguably also take a secondary turn to this, like Agent Venom Silver Sable or something this turn, but having two Noirs now potentially gives me some really cheap 1/8s. You know, Hood as a 1/8 is insane. Bast as a 1/8, still insane. This also gives me time to play Iron Man nicely, right? There's a few things happening here. Oh, that's going to actually hurt a lot for my Valley of the Hand, but I mean, we're getting these back, so we're still happy. It's all good. Surge is a 2/8. Nice. Okay. I think you still go Iron Man mid here, don't you? Our top deck's going to be 8 power. Nova's going to come back as like, I don't know. She's going to have 4, I guess. Iron Man should not secure you mid, but should hopefully maybe scare the opponent away a little bit. Doesn't seem like Gore is going to be competitive this game. Seems like Sage is really bad left with all the 4s. Luna Snow gives me 1 extra energy to work with. Could matter when I'm looking at like 2/8s. Oh, Gore is definitely bad. Confirmed. They don't have that much extra energy, right? So Nova comes back, goes to 4. Noir comes back, goes to 4. Buffs a dude. It's gonna be a 3/8 Superior Spider-Man. Okay, pretty big. I think that means you can basically do this, right? Yeah, this looks pretty good. This is gonna be tough to beat because you're still strong mid, outside of like Enchantress or whatever, right? You're still strong left, you're still strong mid. It's like you kind of hate that you have to go mid here, but I'm only ever sacrificing 3 points. So hopefully that 3-point sacrifice doesn't come out to burn us, right? Hopefully you're big enough that you beat 3 points. You are big enough to beat 3 points. Nice. Because otherwise, you know, maybe, no, I don't know. I actually think this is wrong. What do you really need to put Surge mid for? Looking at 38 points there, it seems kind of impossible to recover that. I think you should always put Venom first. Because that'd still be 32 mid. That'd be a 17-point lead. We know they didn't have Infinite as an option because they didn't skip turn 5. So I think actually you should always put Venom mid and Surge right. There's really no reason to cut it this close. It's not really about spreading power. There's also a pretty good argument to put the 8 power cards left, if I think about it, too. You could put 16 left and then go for Venom mid too, because this looks pretty darn fixed, right? We know this happens at start of turn, so we know he's not gaining any power. I think actually that, I don't know, in a weird way, of the 3 different ways to play this, I might have done it the wrong way, but we just ultimately had enough points that it didn't matter because these buffs are crazy, right? We netted 4 and 7. Like these Spider-Man Noirs were worth an 11 points extra thanks to Valley of the Hand. But even the 7 here, right, kind of makes this look a lot like a 4/11. Even when it misses, it's a 4/11, right? Well, I mean, you gotta spend the energy, but if you're playing this card anyway, you know, you get it. All right, yeah, Silver Sable. I mean, do you put, I mean, like Hood or Bast would really be the dreams for Vormir. Sable, not bad, but you like her on board for Superior Spider-Man potentially. Surge, you like on board so her on reveal goes off again, right? I don't really love either of those. Sage and Nova, too big. Squirrels for the opponent. Mr. Negative Portrait, but Squirrels, some kind of destroy player, obviously. Yeah, let's go ahead and do Surge. It's fine. They've snapped. They like Pit of Exile, or they like what they drew. Maybe drew a Killmonger. Wolverine left. Yep, sure. Probably tough to beat a destroy deck. They don't really pump our Gore up much. Need to hit some power cards. Yeah, we'll play this. This is one again where we don't have to get him to 8 anymore. I think he's still quite good here. You know, if you hit an Iron Man, like, forget it. That's the dream. Deathlock at 3, so that's our Silver Sable card. Wolverine chilling at 7. I can throw an Adam Warlock left if I have to, right? That's fine. Superior Spider-Man. Oh my god, I forgot he's double buff. Surge and Spider-Man Noir. That's actually pretty sick, honestly. You throw out a Warlock left, I guess so. I'm probably gonna have to get some points there, right? We're taking forever on Cassandra Nova, but I think we just had better things to do. She's definitely going to be too small, but what can we do, man? I need Iron Man. I don't think Gore is it. We need Iron Man to win this game, but I don't even know. I need a lot of points next to him too, which is not good mid, you know, not good right, excuse me. Mid, like, hopefully can hold with like a Sage or whatever. That's your goal with mid, but you need to win another spot here. Finally drew Hood, but it's bad timing. It's like you almost have to commit the Sage now, but as soon as you do, you give the opponent a solved game mid. They know, like, hey, I can put null mid or whatever and the game's over. You even get close to like death mid, but if I wait, I can't play a good top deck, right? Because I'm gonna have like 5-1 if I hit Gore, or 4-1 if I hit Iron Man. There's just no time for Sage, and she's just too weak anywhere else. Like left, she doesn't really contest. So how many hits do we get here? 4. 8 power surge. We go to 23 to 6. I mean, it sucks because Null's gonna be able to beat this. Like, we know Null beats this. Maybe they don't have Null. I mean, technically we don't know if he beats it yet. I don't think he's probably not quite big enough yet, but he will be almost assuredly. It's really a shame they didn't play. Oh, that's good actually that a death got committed though. But this does to me sort of imply that they're planning to play a Null, right? And now I have to hit a big card left, which, my God, Gore is the big guy left. It's not impossible this holds. If I'm them, I probably double down left with Null. Yeah, I think that's smart. That's exactly what I would do. It wasn't big enough to take mid, so they had to double down left. And it's going to be a big enough, right? Are we 1 point off? No way. No way. We're 1 point off. Oh, my God. We could have flipped right, too, I guess. We could have flipped right, man. If I knew what they were going to do, I probably should have, right? I probably should have flipped right. It's going to be tough, though, because that stupid Hood. We needed to make up 15 points, which Gore is 13 and Demon is 5. So we would have. It would have been 18. Oh, man. Yeah, we had an opportunity to win this then. Yeah. It's hard to say. If I'd done the Null math and really knew that it wasn't going mid, because it was 3 shy, I think I would have definitely deduced it was left, as I said. So that means we should have played right. It's interesting the Sage actually held them off. I didn't really like that line. I didn't think it was a great line we had going, but it actually would have held off. That's pretty interesting. All right, so we play the Hood on 1. Interestingly, we just went out of Morlock on 2. We could set up for Spider-Man Noir. I don't know how hard you want to do that, right? But, oh, this even lets me play a card on 3 as long as I play it in Altar of Death. Oh my God, okay. I think that's gotta be Hood then, right? This is sick, dude. The only time I'm hitting the Noirs are with Monster, I feel like. Oh, I really would love to. Maybe we just throw both in. Yeah, I think that's fine, right? The 5 power is definitely something to give away. Noir is worth it to cheat a card out of the deck. That's huge, especially if you get a big high cost card. I think if you get Nova, Sage, or Gore, you're pretty happy. The small ones are still fine because you still thin the deck and you get closer to your big payoff cards, you know. Either way, you're happy, but I'm extra happy if I hit Gore or a 3-drop. I guess Sage would be a little premature for the record. Oh my God, wave for the opponent. Please, God, don't play Galactus mid. If they played Galactus, well, actually, on this note, why am I playing? I'm probably playing Spider-Man Noir mid, aren't I? Why not? Why wouldn't I? So we drew Gore. Unfortunately, our hits go bad there. Why wouldn't we play this here? If it's Cassandra Nova, we're pumped. Silver Sable's pretty decently sized anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're playing Galactus, but Isan. Okay, Iron Man's really good into Isan. Now, mid also feels really favored for us, I think. Bast is chill. I mean, Demon's kind of bad, I guess, but Gore gets a bump. Actually, only kind of... Since I already played Venom, I think really only... Did Gore even get a bump? I think he was already set by Venom. Yeah, actually, that Bast was kind of the worst result. It just only debuffed my hand, didn't it? But perhaps it doesn't matter, because perhaps we win the game anyway, right? Because like Iron Man right seems very strong. I'm doing enough to make them nervous about left as well. I actually care a lot more about the points on Warlock than the draw. Do they have a way to access mid is question number 1, right? Do they have a, like, well, Dr. Doom wouldn't be enough, but you know, something in that nature. Some way to get there. Arnim Zola, maybe, for instance. even that might be hard to connect on sometimes. Nova's still gonna be what, like 7 or something? Yeah, 7. I like that they have to focus on left, like it's not free. Oh, it's especially not free because we have a 0 cost Silver Sable. Oh my god, yes. It is absolutely not free. Blob is a monster, but they're just, you know, continuing with Iron Man. Here's the issue. Is Sage ever bigger than Gore? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are actually the exact same size, eerily enough. So that makes her 11. I mean, Gore's got to be bigger on average, right? Because Sable's going in. We assume they're playing more. I mean, look, Chamber's big, but how do you beat the Iron Man scaling without an Enchantress? This deck does run Enchantress, for the record. I want to be clear. Like this, some versions anyway, run Enchantress, so they may hit an Enchantress and wipe out both Gore and... That is actually maybe one reason to run the Sage. You don't ever win here. If they go Enchantress here, though, there's no way they can play a card here, right? There's just no way. They don't have any extra energy. Well, maybe a little from Altar of Death, but not enough to play anything big anyway. I wonder if there's a weird pivot here where we do this. Because like 6 here is still probably enough to win, and then this just really wins you left. I think I actually like this better. Because you're still adding 12, which I guess doesn't always win, right? But you don't need to. And this beats Enchantress, which is actually a pretty big threat. I think mid is, I'm just saying, I think mid is safe. I mean, there's like a Heimdall play that beats mid, maybe, but then left is probably safe. And right is always safe if they play Heimdall. Like, forget it, right? So Enchantress right plus small card left, I think we beat just fine. Lunar Snow's also fine. Oh, the Silver Sable didn't get any bigger because their deck is too small, but like we said, it doesn't matter actually. We do lose by 2 right to the Chamber with a Silver Sable, which would have had another 4 if she went off. But like we said, you just hold left, it doesn't matter. And really, MVP here is just Spider-Man Noir, just winning mid, like it's just free. Gives you so much, you know, flexibility here, basically, that it's just kind of free. Hey, Silver Sable, delete their cards. Let's go. I haven't played a Agent Venom deck in a while. I'm not surprised to see Noir making sense in this deck, though, right? Like it has all the stuff you want out of it. Oh my god, this curve so far is dreamy good. I don't think we're ever really going to be an Atlantis player, right? So let's just go across here. Agent Venom, Superior Spider-Man, Iron Man probably goes on the Venom. Might be a Mr. Negative deck, which could be a problem, but we'll see. I don't think we can go toe-to-toe with a negative that hits, but a negative that a negative that misses, we might be okay. Negative is hard to beat when it hits. Yeah, actually, Bast is pretty nice, I guess. But again, it's hard to beat a negative that hits. If they have Jane, or if they just, you know, had everything in deck. You know, if they had all their good stuff in hand already, maybe. I won't give up yet, but charge on the Agent Venom. I mean, in the scheme of things, that's not so bad. I think we can be happy with that. Gore is the kind of card that could actually hold it down, but you also do want to play Nova, but you just don't have time. Gore could make mid at least awkward for them. Noir, we're obviously cooked on. I'm not even going to count for Noir unless he's already in hand. I just don't think it's worth the trouble, right? Null Arnim Zola puts 20 and 20. We got 13. It goes up a little bit with, we got 15 is 30. They'd have 26 here. Maybe we beat like this. I don't think this holds, but if they just go for Arnim Zola Greed, we might hold. We're stacking mid enough that it might be okay. That's fine. Is it Arnim Zola right? Really? Oh my god, dude. I think we hold, right? We did the math right. Nothing else getting destroyed, so. Hey, good stuff, dude. Spider-Man Noir, kind of surprised you don't put the Gore right here. It would have held too. It was big enough. I think when I only have 5 points left, you trust 19, right? I think you got to trust 19. I mean, I don't mind committing to 2 locations. I think that's a very reasonable thing to do. And you might assume that, you know, mid, I don't want to play 2 because of Atlantis. But when I only have 7 points right and you know Gore is a flip there, I think you just drop Gore in after the Arnim Zola, right? Yeah, this one was flipped, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think I would have done that differently, but you never know. We don't know what they were thinking about. Bast on 1. I think we can do better than Bast on 1. Let's just go Silver Sable for now. Like, yes, technically she could benefit from the buff, but so do most of my top decks. So, unless I have energy to play all of that, we might want to wait. But I specifically kind of want to get Venom out of hand first, right? And then maybe draw like an Iron Man or Gore. Gore's probably fine. Now that we have Venom down, we don't need to hold the Bast, so she can go in. Just hit Nova and Gore. Nova on 3 is going to be still pretty strong. Gore getting a nice 4-point boost. Nakia in the opponent's deck here might indicate some kind of buff play, obviously. Black Vortex. I do have some cards that are great there. You know, but I don't have them in hand. So I need to, I mean, I guess pretty much anything I top deck can go in Vortex, actually. Yeah, literally anything. Even Sage is fine. I didn't want to throw the Nova in because she's pretty big, right? But any top deck is fine. Adam Warlock is great. Yeah. So then I guess you go Iron Man mid and then you hope Gore holds down left. Yeah. It's interesting that Gore does have a few hits in this deck that don't buff him, you know, like Spider-Man Returns. Sorry, Superior Spider-Man. Oh my God, what a snipe. That's insane. You know, Iron Man. Most do though. Most do. It's just a Hood's probably fine. Just I think you win Iron Man mid, Infinite right, and you know, Gore is enough to at least make them work for left, if not a win, right? Iron Lad, what could that possibly be? Forge. Okay, yeah, that's just not gonna do it. Arnim Solanakia is not gonna do it. He was thinking that like had to be a Shang-Chi or something, right, to beat an Infinite, because he's always gonna be the biggest guy here. I guess like a Destroyer technically would have put you at 22 to tie, but still not great. Well, okay, I don't know how we lose now. I mean, obviously, I even think Gore can win here is what's crazy. Gore has a good chance to win too. We're winning everywhere else by a mile. Yeah, what a tale of two hits there, man. They lost 20 points off the location. That sucks for them. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Hood Murder World is pretty good, actually. Math-wise on Noir, I mean, again, you know, we don't have to hit Noir in this deck. I'm not gonna stress about hitting Noirs. If it's there, you know, we'll go for it. If it's not, we won't. It's pretty hard for it to be there on turn 4 without some outside help. So, we'll see. Dude, is everybody playing negative today? They've got a Jane Portrait and a Ravona down on 2. Sure feels like Mr. Negative. Isle of Silence is pretty good against Mr. Negative decks, typically. Superior Spider-Man for me, kind of bad. Ravona also turned off is good news. No negative on 3 if they have it, at least. Magic, oh, just kidding. Not good against negative decks. But it may be delayed a negative, you never know. I myself have played a little negative. I was playing it yesterday a little bit. It didn't feel like as good as it did last month. Like, that's what I used to climb last month. It felt really good last month, but this month, not so good. I guess we play this Sage, but you don't really love it. It makes Superior Spider-Man good, I guess. It's kind of okay mid, but not really what we need. Gore next turn feels a little better, but I'm still really exposed to the negative deck here. I just beat one, but it's gonna be tough. Noir doesn't have any good hits left. Luna Snow, we don't see as much in negative. Not impossible, but we don't see it as much. I mean, this is obviously not active, right? We got 6. It's not that far off. We got 10. But like we said, still a good card to play. I think since we have an extra turn here from the Limbo, we still just play our Gore to prioritize the Surge hits. I think Demon can go down. I don't anticipate a Killmonger and a Luna Snow Ice Cube deck, right? This is not really a cube, by the way. It should be called like the Ice Shard, Ice Spear, Ice Clump. It's just very transparently not a cube. I don't know. Or make the art match, make it a cube, you know? So Tribunal deck, I've also played a little bit of that. I played a little Tribunal yesterday. This is a really bad Noir. There's nothing good to hit. I think, oh my God, opponent's just retreating though? Why? I haven't done anything interesting. Maybe they just didn't hit what they needed. Yeah, probably that. There's the Tribunal deck's real hit or miss sometimes. All right, this is actually a great Bast, man. I'm not going to greed this Bast. We want to get Hood down. We want to get Cassandra Nova down. So, you know, you got to go now if you want to play Hood next turn. Oh my God. Exposing the Iron Man early is not my dream because there are a lot of annoying idiot, you know, I like idiots floating around. The opponent ever play right? I don't know. Do we play the Sage? I don't know, man. I got a lot of energy. I don't really need to. Floating 4 feels like so weird and wrong, but I don't actually think it's wrong. I think it's okay. Let's flip these around. Kind of putting them together makes sense for Sage because I may want to play a Sage next turn, but I don't know. I also just may want to play Sage wherever the opponent plays. It could just be like left or whatever. So big time early Nova is great. Turn 2 Nova is very disruptive to them. Already 10 points, could get stronger. Arrow, whoa. Spending that energy while they got it. Hood's still positive, thank you, Bast. Mosh Pit, okay, that's nice. So we do have a good Sage left. I would miss a Mosh Pit turn if I wanted to go for Mosh Pit. So we could probably go for Mosh Pit, right? I don't think opponent's gonna have like a Killmonger or anything. So I think it's okay to play the Demon. Next turn, I'm probably gonna Sage left, hoping that there's one more dude there. Seems there might be. Although that's a Spider-Man. Just kidding. Maybe we Sage mid. Yeah, we do Sage mid. That's kind of shaky now too, though, because even though she's very big, it is locking you in. Maybe we prefer an Agent Venom into a Spider-Man. Problem we have is like Stegron, right? Like if they play Stegron here, they send a ninja in. We know mid is always lost. If I go for a Sage, how many points am I getting? Quite a few actually. 10 points. 21. I mean, it's a number the opponent is going to beat. I think the question though is like, do I want to force them to have to beat it and win elsewhere, or do I want to just win elsewhere? I'm gonna just go ahead and make it. Oh, they did not go for a Stegron. They went for a Spider-Punk. Well, now I'm sad. Now I regret this because now they have an 8-point check there. That's like not that hard for them to hit. I don't know, man. Like this, I think actually you play these together so you have a better spot for Iron Man, right? Because you need a spot for Iron Man here potentially. I don't even have a good top deck, right? Surge or Adam Warlock. I have not drawn Spider-Man Noir, by the way, in like 5 games. Where are you, buddy? You've got the new card Curse. You're not even new anymore. Come back to me, Noir. I want to make a thumbnail that's Agent Venom and Spider-Man Noir. It's like they look so similar, right? Just like all black costume. You wouldn't even know it was happening. Oh my God, that's great news for us. That creates pressure basically across all 3 locations here. Now they need to win everywhere, which makes the Iron Man a lot more interesting. If we get a 2-drop in particular, oh baby, yes, okay. So Iron Man's a hard win, right? Mid and left are also contested here. I'm only going to a 5-point lead here, but is that enough if they got to beat 6 there? I don't know. I mean, you could decide to stack 1 spot, but that exposes you to a big guy a lot harder. I'm not worried about Magneto, am I? Yeah, no, Magneto, we'd win here still, right? We'd have 6. No, Magneto would beat me with Scream. We could have a Magneto. Spider-Punk can also move and expose right, so where does Spider-Punk go? A lot of questions here. Spider-Punk goes left. They go to 9, and I go to 8, but Adam Warlock would take me back up to 9. I don't know, hard to say. I think it's reasonable to play mid. I think it's reasonable. Thankfully, they just seem a little scared off. Okay, good stuff. Winning a lot of games here as a Agent Venom deck. Time Theater double gore. Ugh, it's gonna be a little tough, maybe. Even with superior Spider-Man, it might be hard to get all that done and out. I'm sitting on the Bast. I think we want to get Venom down first. We usually can weave Bast in later. Maybe hit a few more key targets. That's a great target, for instance. Yeah, although we do sort of want to play that alongside the Bast. Ooh, Joaquin Torres. Interesting. Kind of bounce tag, maybe? Silver Sable already buffs, of course, so we can play anything else new here. We know they're all going to be buffed. Hello, opponent. What's up? Dark Dimension doesn't really matter. By the way, I just realized like Agent Venom, his like animation is like, I'm gonna shoot everything in your deck, and by shooting it, it's all gonna get extra power. I mean, I guess in theory, big things would get debuff. That sort of reads like, bro, what in the world? This next card is so screwed. What in God's name, man? Bro! I actually kind of needed that too. Is it worth playing this just to get 2 big gores down? I think it might be. Because I'm not gonna win left anyway. Like, I'm already too far behind, right? Like, Silver Sable's already too big. So we might as well, dude, this is wild stuff. The double Joaquin here, good God. Let's just get, you know, big gores. Why did they look so much bigger in hand a second ago? Didn't they say like 7 earlier? I feel like they looked bigger and I don't know. Oh, these got their on reveal text removed. That's why. They lost their on reveal text. That actually is a clutch counter. Clutch accidental counter here, man. Oh, is an Iron Man just better? I don't know if I can win with just Iron Man though. Like, you go to excuse me, can I win with just Gore? I mean, really? Because like, well, maybe Gore plus Demon holds. I have no top deck here that gives me additional points though, right? So it's just these 2. Like, maybe you scare them out of right because they think, oh, I can't beat Iron Man, even though they probably could. Werewolf wants to end up. If I'm them, I think I'm for sure winning left, and I just don't try to beat Iron Man, so I try to win mid. But can Gore win? That's just the issue, is I don't think Gore holds. He's just not usually big enough. Werewolf is gonna match the Gore because a lot of the scaling they have is gonna be off skills, right? Not off on reveals. If they put in a bunch more 1-drops, maybe. They are going hard mid, but I don't think we catch up enough here. Toxin actually makes it a little smaller. That's not so bad. Hold up. How big is this? Oh, it might be too big. Yeah, they got too. Oh, wait. No, it's not too big. It's the tiniest hit monkey I've ever seen. Gore holds it down, dude. Yes. Playing the superior Spider-Man. I don't know if it worked or not, but it let me play Demon and Iron Man and let me, you know, still get that Gore on the final turn. Maybe it did matter. You know, left is kind of flippable by Gore, I guess, if you think about it as well. Like, we could have maybe just played Iron Man and then a Gore left, but it's super scary.